Everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm Robbie Krager, the Flip Flop Flipper. I'm a value-add real estate investor with over 3,000 deals under my belt, and we've done over $50 million worth of real estate investing on the island of Puerto Rico. But along the way, I've learned some brutal truths about investing in Puerto Rico that would have saved me tons of money if someone would have just told me how to do it like I'm about to tell you. So buckle up, guys. Let's get into it. Number one, tax incentives drive investment opportunities. This is the number one thing that I wish I had known before I came to the island of Puerto Rico, because guys, we just showed up as ordinary real estate investors with the idea that we were going to buy single family homes to fix up and resell on the FHA market. And we were going to buy small multifamily properties to fix up and keep as rental properties using the Section 8 plan or Plan Ocho. That was our entire business model. When we came to the island after Hurricane Maria, we had no idea that there were these tax incentives, that there were these things like Act 20, Act 22, and the big one that we've used now for years and years was formerly called Act 74. Now, you guys are watching this in 2024, 2025. You can look up Act 60. All of these things came under the umbrella of Act 60. And if you invest properly, the island of Puerto Rico is kind of the gift that keeps on giving. And these tax incentives are there for you to invest in things like hospitality and to invest in things like export services. There's even something called Young Entrepreneurs, which I just throw out there because I think it's a really cool one for young people that want to be entrepreneurs. You can get your first $500,000 tax-free. Unfortunately, I was slightly too old to qualify for the Young Entrepreneurs Act when I arrived at the island of Puerto Rico, but I digress. Anyways, one more big one. There's a brand new incentive called Act 182, which is going to give tax incentives and tax credits for people who will invest in long-term housing. And we have just learned about this because it just passed a couple of months ago in summer of 2024. Act 182 has immediately changed our focus from that of investing for hospitality like we did here on this one in Luquillo, where it was a 4-family home and we turned it into a 7-room guest house so that we could make it a hotel. We were a block from the beach. We had views of the ocean. It's a magnificent place in Luquillo, Puerto Rico. And we were able to use Act 74 to get tourism tax credits to create jobs, to create cash flow for ourselves. And now, if we were looking at it again, we probably would look at it with a different set of eyes, and we would be thinking long-term housing for people. We like long-term housing more than we like the idea of investing in more hospitality right now. So Act 182 would allow us to take the same property, and rather than make it a hotel to get the tax credits, we would turn it into long-term housing. I think that that would help more people on the island of Puerto Rico. There is a housing shortage on the island of Puerto Rico. That's something that you can know. So that's a bonus tip. You can now invest in this long-term housing and get tax credits that look very much like the tourism tax credits. You can have 4% on the revenues that the company throws off, and you can have 40% on your total investment given back to you. So that's purchase, renovation, and operations, 40% tax credits on all of that. These tax incentives are special to the island of Puerto Rico. This isn't something that I'm aware of happening in Orlando, Florida, and it's certainly not something that I've seen in my past life as a real estate investor there in the States. But on the island of Puerto Rico, again, there are several tax incentives that you can qualify for as real estate investors. And guys, these tax incentives are available. The ones that we've used, at least every single time, have been available to both locals and people coming from the States. So if you're watching this and you're someone who grew up on the island of Puerto Rico and you've heard about Act 60 and you think that you're not qualified for it or that you're excluded from it, I'm here to tell you that's wrong. Read the rules of Act 60. You qualify for young entrepreneurs. You qualify for export services. You qualify for the Tourism Act, and you're definitely going to qualify for Act 182, which is the long-term housing play. The only thing, and I think it's poorly written, and I'll go to battle with anybody who wants to change the rule there, this what was formerly Act 22, the personal capital gains tax that's excluded the local population. It's just a badly written rule. There's no reason that the locals should be excluded from it. Hopefully they're going to modify that and change that over time. But other than that, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater, because Act 60 is doing some tremendous things on the island, and it is creating jobs. It is providing investment opportunities. It is having people set up new companies and doing export services or setting up young entrepreneurs. It's doing all of these things, and it's available to everybody on the island and people that are coming from the States. So if you're going to come to the island of Puerto Rico and you want to start a business or you want to become a real estate investor, do your research. All of these things that fit under Act 60, they require of you to jump through some hoops, so that just because they exist, if you come and you start a business or you come and you buy a piece of real estate, does that automatically mean that you're going to qualify? It absolutely does not. You're going to have to deal with the government of Puerto Rico. You're going to have to follow their rules. You're going to have to jump through those hoops. You're going to dot all the I's and cross all the T's in the way that they want them dotted and crossed. And guys, let me tell you, it's not going to be as easy and fun as it sounds, but it can be highly lucrative. In fact, had we known about this Act 74 when we first came to the island, we would have probably done a few more guest house hotels. I would venture to guess that we missed out on hundreds of thousands, at least hundreds of thousands of dollars in tax incentives, if not millions of dollars. So know coming in that you want to do your research, that you want to follow the rules, set yourself up for success by using these incentives that are available to you. The number two thing that I wish I'd known when I came to Puerto Rico, and maybe I did to a certain extent, the market fluctuates based on what's happening with Mother Nature. Or when a disaster comes to the island, it's going to f up the economy. So you probably know that when you're coming in, but if you don't, you need to know that. Why do I tell you that as somebody who wants to become a real estate investor or bring their business to the island of Puerto Rico? Well, it's simple, guys. We have earthquakes here. We have natural disasters here. There's going to be fires. There are definitely going to be hurricanes and tropical storms. And this is just a way of life here. And when these things happen, they're tragic. They're awful. And you need to be a good neighbor. And you need to come alongside the people that are affected most and help them out. Don't be a sleazy real estate investor who wants to go in and prey on people like these assholes did over in Hawaii after the fires. And they're there 3 weeks later trying to buy up everybody's land. Guys, go in and help people. Be a good neighbor. Your time will come as a real estate investor. Let people get back on their feet. And when they do, this is what happens after every named storm. And whether this is happening in the States, I'm from Florida, so before I came to the island of Puerto Rico, we had been through this like a half a dozen times. What you see is this initial recovery, and then about 6 months or a year in, there are people that are leaving town. They've got an insurance check, they got their money from FEMA, and they're like, fuck it, I'm out of here. I'm not going to put up with this. And real estate investors get paid to solve problems. So when these people are on their way out of town and they want to sell their real estate, you can buy it at really good prices because they just got their pockets fat through the insurance and through FEMA. And what you buy the property for is a bonus for them. And then they get to go and start their life over, and you get to buy a great piece of real estate that needs some work. You do the value add real estate investing thing, and you bring it up to its highest and best use, and you can make some money. Guys, real estate investors get paid to solve problems, and solving problems after a disaster is a real thing. And I guess what I'm saying here for the island of Puerto Rico is that you know that you're going to have these natural disasters. You're going to have all of the other things that the rest of the world experiences, like people are going to get divorced, people are going to die, and there's going to be foreclosures. All of these things happen on the island of Puerto Rico, and they present opportunities if you're looking for them. So the people that say that there's no good opportunities on the island of Puerto Rico, I just laugh sometimes when I hear this. It's so absurd because there is so much opportunity on the island of Puerto Rico. You really have to be blind to it in order to not see it. If you know what you're looking for, it's everywhere. There's distressed houses. There's a housing shortage. There's more than enough distressed buildings on the island to solve the housing shortage, but people don't see it. And you hear all the time, the prices have gone through the roof and the locals can't afford it, and there's no houses for the locals. But it's not true. If the right real estate investor comes in and buys a value add piece of real estate, you can help a whole bunch of families find the place to live and do it at a fair price. And that's whether you're keeping things for long-term rentals or you're fixing them up for resale. Obviously, something that's in complete distress and has been distressed for the last 10 years, nobody can live there. The power doesn't come on, the water doesn't work. But if you buy those properties and you do the value add real estate investing, you can now put families in there. You can have people come in and call it home again. You guys, real estate investor superheroes, you can make something out of something that is highly distressed. And there's lots and lots of opportunities. So I'm encouraging you to be on the lookout for it. You'll find what you're looking for. And having said that, when we came to the island, we wanted to find distressed houses that could be fixed up and resold. And so we did lots of that. And we wanted to find small multifamily buildings like this one here that's in Bayamón. And it was a bank-owned property. It had been vacant for more than 5 years, guys. And this is going back before Hurricane Maria. So we bought this distressed building. It was a shell of a building. And we fixed it up. And now 7 families live there, I believe. It could be 8. It's either a 7-plex or an 8-plex. But anyways, it was vacant for more than 5 years before the storm. And then we came in and did the value add real estate investing and provide housing now with long-term rents. When we first came to the island, we didn't speak the language. And so the best way for us to rent things was through Section 8. And we did an awful lot of that. So the moral of the story, guys, is be on the lookout for these kind of opportunities. You will find what you're looking for. And there is more than enough opportunity for everybody here on the island of Puerto Rico. I do believe in abundance. And if you believe in abundance like me, you know that it's okay for you to come along and invest beside me and for me to go along and invest beside the Paulsons. There is more than enough work and there is more than enough return for you guys. I truly believe that investing on the island of Puerto Rico is still the very best place to invest in real estate going into 2025 and beyond. Gentrification and community dynamics influence success. What does that mean? So for me as a real estate investor, I always like to invite people to come and be real estate investors alongside of me. And when we showed up to the island of Puerto Rico, we had an idea that there were other people who had bigger pockets than us, and we wanted to invest alongside of them. This was a great idea. We were able to successfully do this and buy projects that were much smaller than what the big guys were doing. So going back to our little guest house that we talked about before in section 1, the Luquillo guest house called the Surfing Turtle. It was originally a 4-family house, and we went in and did a massive uplift of this property. We did a big investment, and because we did that investment, the block started to change. Because we were investing in this small hotel, there were other people around there that invested in buildings for short-term rentals as well. So how does this all work together? When an area of town starts to be gentrified, and people use this word gentrification as to mean a bad word, I don't think that it should have this bad connotation, because you want to see things go through revitalization. You want to see things improve. When things improve, property values go up, people get jobs, businesses are started. So that's how the economy works. And when you see that, you want to invest in those areas. Obviously, this is a marker for success, and we can look at what happened with the Surfing Turtle and see that when we invested in this way, we did the value add real estate investment and created a hotel, and then the people around us saw what we were doing and they started to do the same thing. Number 4, this is a bonus tip. This is a pro tip, guys. Collaboration on the island of Puerto Rico will drive your success. In fact, the island of Puerto Rico, I've heard it called Relationship Island, and I truly believe that the collaboration that we've seen on the island of Puerto Rico, it's phenomenal. Because of all of the acts, because of all of tax incentives, there are some really talented people that are coming back to the island. For a long time, the young people of Puerto Rico, we had a brain drain on the island. They would leave the island for opportunities. But recently, and I'm talking about only like in the last few years, as the economy has gotten better, we've seen those young people come back to the island. So they've gone off, they've created businesses, they've had great success, they've come back to the island and they want to see it improve. So this idea of Relationship Island and collaborating together, it's just massive on the island of Puerto Rico. In fact, it's probably the most fun thing that I found when I came to this island. This is like something I've never seen. When I was just investing in Florida, I had friends who were real estate investors. And yeah, sometimes we did partnerships together, but I didn't have this collaboration. I didn't have this camaraderie that you find on the island of Puerto Rico. And there are a lot of people here that want to do deals together. So one of the things that we did when we first came to the island, and I would advise for you to do it as well, we interviewed a bunch of people. So it was actually 12 real estate agents and real estate investors when we came to the island that we introduced ourselves to, and we said, look, we want to buy real estate here and we want to do deals with people. And we had all 12 of them bring us deals and pitch us their investment opportunities. We asked all 12 of them, hey, if we do this deal with you, will you invest with us? 6 of them said yes. And guys, we do deals with those 6 to this day. So there's never been a deal on the island of Puerto Rico where we haven't partnered with locals, and I mean it every step of the way. There's lawyers and realtors and lenders, all of it. Being in business with these 6 individuals was like having a masterclass on each individual deal that we got. Everybody knows that when you come to the island of Puerto Rico, there's a lack of data. We sought the island of Puerto Rico out as a viable place to invest because we knew there was going to be this lack of data, but by partnering with locals, we got to have this masterclass, this mentorship from them, and we got to also mentor them and give them a masterclass. And we brought 6 individuals alongside of us to become lifelong friends and real estate investors together, and we're still doing deals with them now. So now I've been here almost 7 years, And along the way, we've seen communities like the Rio Rico and this YouTube channel, and we've got a community over on School. There's a lot of different options for you guys. Uncommon Entrepreneurs is another one that comes to mind. There's a bunch of places where you can go and network with like-minded people, and the brain power and the excitement that you'll find in the room, it's amazing. It's a only in Puerto Rico type of situation where people have come for tax incentives and they've got massive success stories, and they want to come in and do new businesses and do partnerships with people. So the collaboration that happens on this island, it's just amazing. It's the most fun thing. It's the most exciting part of what we found on the island of Puerto Rico. Maybe it's the most unexpected thing as well. So we've always liked to collaborate with people. We tell people all the time that we partner with people so that we can expand our businesses. Hell, we grow communities of real estate investors because we know that it creates a great life, and we want to do more by having you come alongside of us. So join us over on our school community, the Flip Flop Flipper. It's free. You'll love it. You can network. We've got a whole bunch of people that are like-minded, real estate investors and entrepreneurs that want to learn with you. They want to network with you. Ultimately, they want to do deals with you. Guys, jump in. The water is warm. Puerto Rico is an amazing idea. If you're thinking of coming here to start a business or to become a real estate investor, it's a great idea. Hey guys, thanks for watching this. Make sure you give that thumbs up and that you've smashed the subscribe button. Join us over on School. The link's in the description for that. Guys, we'll see you over there. Let's do some real estate investing together. God bless.